Sixth grade, happy Friday. Welcome to your big science test. I'm going to try to help you out with a few of the questions um, on this test so that we're on the same page and you can do really well. Okay, number one, it says, why do minerals have a geometric shape? Guys, geometric shape comes from their crystals. So you just want to find the definition of crystals in this page right here, and it'll help you out there to get that answer. Number two, it says, which of the following is a mineral? Okay, so remember, mineral is a natural non-living solid with a definite chemical structure. And then it said coal is not a mineral, so I can eliminate that, guys. Soil, if you remember how we ended it here, way down at the bottom yesterday, we put the soils together, and they're made up of all kinds of stuff, guys. So when it comes down to it, soil will have living and non-living things in it, but it has once dead stuff, so soil's out. So you're down to brass and copper, and the challenge with that, guys, is it doesn't really help us out here with which one is which. So you want you want copper. Okay, as you're cruising on to number three, you're talking about identifying minerals. It'll be found on this page when we describe it. Same with number four. Okay, this is from lesson 1, number 5, is the difference between rocks and minerals. This was from lesson 2, where we talk what has to happen to soil right at the beginning of your notes, guys. Cruising on to the next page, you're looking at the Grand Canyon here. What type of rock is this? What rock forms in layers? Do not pick humus. That's not even a rock, guys. That's a made-up word there. There's only 3 types of rocks, okay? So you're looking for the one that forms in layers. So as we're talking about the different rocks here, you'd get it off of this page. Same with number 8. The fine types of soils was down here on page 256, which gives you number 9. What gives us the dark color? Right there. And where do they come from is also in there. Sorry. Cruising on to the last page. Number 11. How can bacteria benefit contaminated soil? What you would have to know, guys, is with bacteria is a decomposer. So what do decomposers do? Decomposers break down the contaminants. So that was not in your book, really, guys. And you can see how closely some of these are. They consume the contaminants. I might be attempt to do that, but consuming is what a consumer does. That's an eater. They're decomposers, guys. So you got to find the word break them down. So you want letter C there. What tool do we need to test the mineral's color? That's back up in identifying these things, guys. That's down here. It's this device. I told you when we read it, you got to make sure you remember what they need there. Which soil has the greatest amount of organic material? That would be down here where we talk about it in our soil profile. Speaking of layers, we got the layers, guys. You just know where the oldest is. So this is top layer, this is bottom layer, and your choices are A, B, C, or D. Do not look at what they are, guys. Who cares if it's, someone would say, it's got to be A because that looks like a dinosaur to me, and dinosaurs are really old. Don't look at the things. Just look at from top to bottom. You know what scientists believe. Okay, the short answer. A scientist finds a trilobite fossil in sedimentary rocks. This is the trilobites, guys. What can a scientist conclude based on this? So they have a little paragraph in here about what we know about trilobites and the little description of the picture, and you just write that down. What roles do mosses, lichens, bacteria, and fungi play in soil formation? That's from here and here, number 1, up to here, guys. So put down what those things do. I told you that yesterday when we were reading it, how that's going to be on your test. A soil profile reveals what is inside the soil. It shows 3 layers. Identify and describe the 3 layers. So guys, the 3 layers are here. If you have your notes from yesterday, I have them listed there, so that would identify the 3, but then you also have to describe that, and your notes from yesterday do a great job. So you could write the 3 layer, 1 layer here, 2nd layer there, 3rd layer there, and just give a couple descriptions of it. Okay, number 18, read it carefully. Number 1, if you want to write it here, feel free to. You do not ever need to put this on a separate sheet of paper. It says, rocks are always changing in a pattern called the rock cycle, which takes place over millions of years. Describe how the 3 types of rocks, here they are, sedimentary, igneous, are formed in the rock cycle, and give a characteristic and an example. So make sure you're doing all things. I have to, number 1, say sedimentary, how are you formed? 2, a characteristic of it, and 3, an example of it. So number 1, guys, to help you with this is what you need. Okay, so if I was doing sedimentary rock, I'd write down sedimentary rock. How is it formed? When it is weathered and eroded and then cemented together. I could read that here. What is a characteristic of sedimentary rocks? They form in layers. I could give an example of a sedimentary rock which says limestone. And now I'm done with sedimentary rocks. So how does metamorphic rocks form? Well, they tell me right there, or I read it here, guys. So this page right here, or your notes from Wednesday, will give you all the answers for that. Okay, then the last section. It says, what are the different characteristics used to identify a mineral and define each one? So guys, that's this page. So I would write down number 1 characteristic would be hardness, and then I have to define it. So I'd write the word hardness. Hardness equals how difficult it is to scratch its surface. Okay, this was Tuesday. So if I want to find my notes for Tuesday, guys, all these answers are in there, right in order. You copy it down there. Speaking of extra credit, this used to be a lot of fun for the kids because they would have to use all these clues to put all these words in order from softest to hardest. So you could try to decipher all these clues, guys, or you might just want to look in the middle of the page where they give you all of them in order from 1 to 10. Man, thanks, teacher. That really made extra credit easy. All right, that was like half your test answers. Good luck.